Javi. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At this time, we welcome to the stage the Wagner Seahawks, victorious here tonight, 71-68, as they advance to take on North Carolina Thursday in Charlotte at 2:45. Joining us, head coach of the Seahawks, Donald Copeland, and with 21 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds, playing all 40 minutes, Melvin Council Jr. in the middle. And then Javier Ezquerra, 6 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, just 2 turnovers, and also playing all 40 minutes. We'll start with questions for our student athletes, but first, Coach, just a statement on this victory and what it means to your program.
Phenomenal. You know, we haven't been talking enough, I guess, about the first time in 21 years being here, and now to have the first NCAA tournament victory in school history. It's huge, man. It's huge for the school, the program, and these guys, man, that have gone through so much, man, to continue to build and continue to write their own season the way they needed to. I think it's huge, man, to get an NCAA win added to everything that's happened.
Second straight year that the NEC has been able to win in the first 4. Let's open up the floor. Questions for our student athletes. First row on the aisle. You'll have a mic.
What did you tell them at the half? And for you guys, did you guys ever get tired?
Melvin, if you could ask that, we'll wait on Coach, but assessing that situation at halftime.
I mean, this guy right here told me to drink a lot of water because, you know, I like to drink Gatorade and stuff. So shout out to Javi. That's why I don't get tired.
That's what I work for. Pre-season, off-season, just stay ready, building my stamina, and so don't get tired. And yeah.
Other questions for our student athletes? Let's get the other microphone, second row here in the middle.
Yeah, Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. Melvin, you guys have been doing this with a short bench for so long, but is there any difference in the NCAA tournament with the energy to get through a game, with only 6 or 7 guys?
No difference at all. We preach toughness every day, so we go and just preach toughness every day. So there's no difference.
Let's go to the back row on the aisle.
Mike Petralia, CLNS Media. Melvin, the last 2.5 minutes, what's going through your mind? You guys pretty much in control of the game from the get-go, and then you hold off their furious charge. What was the key to holding them off?
Defense and rebounding, because, first half they out-rebound us, so we was just every huddle, defense and rebound. Let's get a stop and let's go.
Was there, if I can follow
Follow-up question.
Yeah, follow-up. If I could ask you, was there ever a doubt? Does doubt ever creep in when you're obviously when you're playing the game, you like to focus, but when they're making that charge, do you ever doubt what's going on?
No, not at all. The only thing we say is we don't want to go to overtime. That's it.
Other questions for our student athletes? Let's go to the first row. First row on the aisle.
What were you guys thinking when Julian went to the line for the one-on-one with 14.2 seconds left?
So, I was 0 for 3 at the free throw line in the huddle. I told Julian Brown, I said, go get the ball, go make the free throws, and that's what he did for us.
Javi, what were you thinking?
I know he was going to make it. He's a great shooter. He's one of the best shooters in the team. I think he's the best. So I know he was going to make it. He's confident. He's built for these moments.
Other questions for our student athletes? No more questions for Javi or Melvin? Gentlemen, thank you so much. You can step off now. Congratulations. Best of luck against North Carolina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll now open up the floor. I guess the first question, we will go back to what was stated earlier, but what took place at halftime, Coach, if you want to go back and answer that.
You know something? I told them this was going to happen as far as these guys coming back. There's no way in my mind did I expect us to continue to have a lead like that. And I told them that's a championship team. They're not going away. Not that I wanted it to happen. I just kind of expected it to happen. And now our timeouts were a little bit different, you know, a little bit calmer, able to talk about certain things. Again, hats off to them. They didn't quit. They didn't stop playing. That's why they're here. They made us work for it, you know. And I like the way my guys responded. I'm fortunate enough that we did have the first half we had where we got a little bit of a lead, but, you know, toughness wins right now in a moment like that. We've been in that moment so many times this year, and it's actually gone the other way for us, you know, a couple possessions or we've lost the lead to finish it off in this stage. I think it's great.
Let's go on Zoom. Dan, a question for Coach.
Coach, looking at this season that you've had, I mean, the run that you had in the NEC tournament to beat the number 3, the number 2, the number 1, to make it to the NCAA tournament, to be in the first 4, and now to move on yet again. Just this incredible run that Wagner's made, and your thoughts on it, experiencing it firsthand right there on the sideline.
No, I mean, it's phenomenal, you know. You dream of this moment, you know, not just as a player, but as a coach, man, to compete for a championship, and we did that regardless of what we were going through. We never stopped believing. We never stopped having an expectation of ourselves. Having 7 players, you know, I would imagine some places they might just come in the gym and just, hey, listen, we got 7. We just got to go through the motions. We never did that. We prepared the right way. We expected to win even when we did lose. And then now to fight in the NEC tournament the way we did, it speaks volume, I think, to the culture. I think it speaks to the kids I have. And now to push forward, to continue to live out a dream of playing in the NCAA tournament, now winning one, you can't ask for anything more than that.
For those individuals asking questions, whether it's here or Zoom, we just ask that you please state your name and your media affiliation. Let's go to the second row in the middle.
Donald, Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. You mentioned the 7 guys. How much is it different, your vision for the season of what type of team you'd have versus what it actually is?
Yeah, no, you know, I've told this before to some people, like, you're going through your depth chart when you're recruiting guys, right? And now you're plugging them in. Now, I've been doing this long enough to know my first depth chart never ends up being what it is at the start of the season. But there were 4 guys that are actually injured I had in as starters, and 2 other guys that are injured I had as rotational players. Obviously, it didn't work out that way, but you kind of just go through it. I think that's why you recruit everybody, though, with the expectation. You know, there's not one player, 13, can all of them play at the same time? No, but I don't promise any of them anything, and they're going to compete for their minutes no matter what. It just so happens that they're ready for this moment, and now they got better, you know. All of us did throughout this moment of having 7, because it's not ideal at all. But the culture's in place. I really coach that every single day in everything we do, and I think that gives us a chance.
Coach, as a former point guard, how proud are you of Javi and Melvin? 15 assists amongst those 2, and I felt like they really sort of controlled the tempo of the game.
Yeah, I was proud of Javi for about 38 minutes. No, man, but he's tough, man. We're not here without him. We're not here without him. Not just what he does offensively, and I want to talk about him because he doesn't get enough recognition. Javi gets the toughest matchup every night on the other team that's a perimeter player, okay? Whether they're 6'6" or 6 foot, I'm giving him to Javi because I trust him and he's tough. And I put him on that kid, Dockery, who's a hell of a player, who's had a great career, and he's done exactly what he's always done and been there and fought all the way through. And then I'm also asking him to run my team. You know, I joke with my players. I say, you guys think you're working hard. I got Javi coming off a ball screen and throwing it back to himself, right, just so you guys can get shots. But he's phenomenal. I trust him. He's grown so much. And then Melvin is who he is, man. He's a baller. He's a baller. He loves to play. He loves to compete. He lives for moments like this. He's the same kid every day. He allows me to push him. I'm pushing him daily. Even today in our film room, in our walkthroughs, I'm on him, and he wants that. He invites that. I think that's what you're seeing right now is a reflection of all the work behind closed doors that he allows us to put into him, and it's paid off.
Another question for Coach. Let's go to the second row in the middle.
Coach, how does the end of the game situations change when you have guys that are 39 minutes, 38 minutes at that point, as opposed to, fresher guys?
Yeah, well, I tell you, I look. It's not far of a look down the bench. I have to go, right? No, you got to be calm. I think in moments in the past, and obviously I got to get better too. It's only my second year. I think people think I know what I'm doing, but I reacted differently in certain moments earlier on. Especially with this group because I didn't know. I tried to. They respond to me, and I tried to remain calm and really trust them and really just talk to them. Do I anticipate them making these type of mistakes that they made? And again, I give credit to Howard. They had a great game plan down the stretch there. But I think I remained calm, which allowed us to finish the game the right way because the players knew, right? They knew they made some mistakes. But we still had games left. They still got the ball in. They executed under out-of-bounds play. Julian made the free throws, okay? So I don't know if I needed to do anything else. Those guys, they know what they got to do at this point.
Coach, it was an absolute joy watching your team. We wish you nothing but the best in your next matchup Thursday at 2:45 in Charlotte. Safe travels.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.